Somebody could be addicted to alcohol, somebody could be addicted to smoking, somebody could be addicted to drugs, to shopping, to social media, to porn. So how do you get out of addiction? Delete. My suggestion, for 1 month, take a mannat. I'm not going to go on, I'm doing a detox of some sorts. Look at what you're going to fill up that time with rather than trying to get out of an addiction. The more we can develop the mindset of delayed gratification, that means I'm on a journey where I want to arrive at some point 1 year from now, 2 years from now, this is who I would like to become. And you keep that in your mind, and every single day you remain committed to doing at least one thing towards this eventual vision of yours. You will start to see that such people will start to easily get out of their addiction. Sparkling Soul Heals, ma'am, how to control myself from addiction. One of the things, or one of the ways I like to look at addictions is addictions are our coping mechanism to not living our highest life. When we start to live on a mission, when we start to go towards the thing that we were born to do, at that point, that starts to fill us up. So we all have this, let's say, an emptiness in the center of our heart, and it gets filled up when we live a purposeful, meaningful, fulfilling life, right? The more purpose oriented you become, the more you start to get your dopamine, or to get your happiness, or to get your fulfillment from what you are doing. People who are not living their highest life, they tend to cope with addictions. So there is an emotional emptiness within me. I don't know how to fill it, so I fill it by I become an emotional eater, and I just keep hogging to satisfy myself, to bring happiness in some way into my life. Somebody could be addicted to alcohol, somebody could be addicted to smoking, somebody could be addicted to drugs, to shopping, to social media, to porn. There is so much in the world today. Distractions are all around us, so being addicted is quite easy. So how do you get out of addiction? One is to work with getting out of the addiction itself. You go and join a rehab center, you start to, make the decision of wanting to leave it. Especially for social media addiction today, there are so many other ways of how you are going to be able to deal with it. I think the most important thing is to never have vacuum. So when we have a vacuum, we return to our comfort habits, okay? So what is it that you're going to fill this up with? That is the more important question. When you don't have time only, like there are weeks where I don't even have time to go on YouTube, and then there are weeks where I have all the time to sit on YouTube the whole day. This particular Sunday, I was complaining to my husband because we started binge watching at 12 o'clock in the afternoon until 7 in the evening. We were watching something or the other, thanks to OTT platforms that have created such a fabulous way to get addicted to binge watch. So I'm just going to say that, you know what, I think for us most importantly is for you to start to make any addiction inconvenient. Purposely, I don't have Instagram on my phone. I don't have my apps on the phone. I have made it extremely inconvenient for myself to sit and scroll. Okay, 20 minutes in the morning to put and upload whatever I want to from my iPad, and then I don't have those available to me unless I ask for my iPad. So make it inconvenient. On the phone now, there's an app which has a timer. So even if I download Instagram, sometimes in some weeks it's important for me to have that on the phone, or if I'm traveling, I'll download it and I'll immediately put off the timer on. That means every 15 minutes my Instagram goes off. I'll have to reload to get into Instagram again. Now, at least in that moment, I have a choice. Do I want to go back, or I've spent 15 minutes, Pooja, there is something better you can do, so go do that. So it's all about creating the inconvenience of the addiction. Okay, my suggestion, delete. For 1 month, take a mannat. I'm not going to go on, I'm doing a detox of some sorts. But you know what? All of this will only work if you know what you're going to do in the vacuum period. That means you have to know what you're going to do instead. If you don't have an instead, it won't last. So you have to come up with an instead. My office is going to be one of my insteads. That in office, I don't touch any YouTube videos. I don't watch anything. I can either work or I can sit in my silence. What I can't do is, I remember reading about this particular writer who said that for the time when he starts his book till he finishes, when he has that time period, let's say 9 to 12 he writes, he can sit with himself, or he can write. He's not allowed to do any third thing. And he said, because of that rule, even when I get into my writer's block, because I'm not allowed to distract myself, I just keep looking at nature, I just spend enough time, and at some point, I'm able to write. So my suggestion would be, look at what you're going to fill up that time with rather than trying to get out of an addiction. My style is more around helping someone find their purpose, find their mission, and making their life meaningful enough that the addiction on its own falls away. There will come a time where either they can be in their mission or they can be in their addiction. Both will not go hand in hand. And on that day, because the high of the mission is so much greater than the addiction, the chances are that the addiction automatically will fall away. The person will willingly give up the addiction. So whenever I see someone in addiction, most of the time I want to know how's their life. What is it that they really want to do? If they had no fear, what would they do? What would their life look like if they could really live their dream life? And how much courage do they need, and do they have the courage to walk that path? Because I can assure you one thing, the minute you start to walk the path of courage towards your highest goal or destination or journey or mission or North Star, whatever you want to call it, these addictions will fall apart, because these addictions are just dopamine hits to keep you away from the highest mission. So we have what we call inside of us the resistance, and we have the goddess. Both live inside. The goddess is all the time trying to motivate us towards the highest good. The resistance is all the time trying to pull us back by tempting us with our current scenario. The more we can develop the mindset of delayed gratification, that means I'm on a journey where I want to arrive at some point, 1 year from now, 2 years from now, this is who I would like to become. And you keep that in your mind, and every single day you remain committed to doing at least one thing towards this eventual vision of yours. You will start to see that such people will start to easily get out of their addictions. Now, of course, there's a whole story or a whole process of how you can get over addictions otherwise also. I'm not an expert at that, but there is a whole community called Alcohol Anonymous who handle alcohol, who handle drugs. They have a 12-step system, methodology, do a fabulous job of it. They have sponsorships, they have many things that can help. So there are people who right now in the world have created tribes to get out of your addictions, and they're doing a fabulous job of it. That's one way. Or another way is to just start to help this person live their best life, depending on what the addiction is. But start to look at it. The more complete you will get as a person on your journey of growth, the lesser the chances the addiction will have any power over you. Yeah.